Level 1. Maid. It's 1402, Ming Dynasty. You wake up before the sun. 4 a.m. Your knees hit cold stone. You're 14. Sold by your father for 6 taels of silver, because the drought killed the harvest, and your family had 4 other mouths to feed. Now you live in the back courtyard of an emperor's palace, in Naijin. You're a maid, assigned to serve Lady Qin, one of Emperor's concubines. You sleep on a straw mat in a room with 11 other girls. You own nothing but a cotton tunic, a pair of cloth shoes, and a wooden comb with 3 missing teeth. Your job is simple: serve. You carry hot water from the kitchen to Lady Qin's chamber. You wash her silk robes by hand in a stone basin until your knuckles crack and bleed. You don't speak unless spoken to. You don't look up unless told to look up. You don't eat until everyone else has eaten, and by then the rice is cold and the vegetables are gone. You chew what's left. The head maid watches everything. She hit a girl with a bamboo rod last week across the face for spilling tea on a saddlewood table. You learn how to walk without making a sound. You learn how to pour tea from exactly the right height. You learn how to read Lady Qin's mood by the way she holds her fan. You also learn something else. The emperor notices you. He doesn't speak or touch you, but when you serve his evening tea with Lady Qin, his eyes follow your hands. The head maid notices too. She pulls you aside one night. She grabs your wrist and squeezes until it burns. "Don't think this makes you special," she says. The last girl he noticed hung herself. Level 2. Personal Attendant. One night, the emperor's favorite concubine, Lady Qin, calls you to her chamber. Porcelain skin, hair pinned with jade, lips stained with safflower. She is beautiful, but looks tired. She watches you through the mirror and tells you to brush her hair. "You have a decent face," she says. That's not a compliment, but an assessment. Lady Qin has a problem. She's been the emperor's favorite for 2 years, but she hasn't produced a son. Lady Qin needs someone in the emperor's bed who is loyal to her. That someone is you. One evening, you're bathed, dressed in robe, and led to the emperor's chamber. You're now 16 and a tongfang, a personal attendant. You belong to Lady Qin on paper, but your body belongs to the emperor. You have no title and no rank. You're not even officially a concubine. If you get pregnant, the child legally belongs to Lady Qin. Your living situation improves slightly. You move out of the servants' quarters into a small side room attached to Lady Qin's courtyard. You get a real bed, 2 meals a day with actual meat. You also get monthly allowance. Half a tael of silver. You hide it inside your wooden comb. The other maids look at you differently now, some with envy, some with pity. Level 3. Concubine. Something unexpected happens. The emperor starts requesting you by name. Not through Lady Qin, directly. This breaks the arrangement. Lady Qin is furious, but she can openly defy the emperor. You are now a key, an official concubine, the lowest rank. Your name is entered into the household registry with a red brush. You get your own room, small, but it has a wooden door you can close. You haven't had privacy in 3 years. You receive a monthly allowance of 2 taels of silver, along with 4 sets of robes per season. You eat at a separate table from the servants now, though still far below the maid's wife's table. You are allowed to wear a single hairpin of silver. Gold is for the wife and senior concubines only. Your daily life is politics. The main wife, Lady Qin, controls the household. She manages the budget, the servants, the food, the schedules. She decides when you eat, what you wear, and whether you see a doctor when you're sick. She is your boss and your enemy. One day, Lady Qin sends her maid to search your room. They find a silk ribbon that wasn't issued to you. Lady Qin gave it to you months ago. It doesn't matter. Lady Qin confiscates it and reports to the emperor that you've been stealing. You kneel in the main hall for 4 hours as punishment. Your knees swell and eyes sting. You don't cry. Crying is weakness, and weakness in this courtyard gets you killed. A concubine who falls from favor can be reassigned to the kitchen, sent to a Buddhist temple, or simply forgotten in a back room until she starves. There's a woman in the east courtyard. She used to be a concubine. Now she washes linens. You will not become her. Level 4. Consort. Changfei, the consort. You're 22. You've survived 6 years in this house. You've also done something that changes everything. You gave birth to a son, the Emperor's third son. But his first two are sickly. Your boy is healthy. He screams with strong lungs, grips your finger, and doesn't let go. The Emperor visits your room the night of the birth. He gives you a courtesy name, Wanning, 10,000 glories. You are now the favorite consort. You move to a larger courtyard, 3 rooms, a personal maid. Your allowance jumps to 8 taels of silver per month. You're given gold hairpins. The main wife hates you now. She controls the household medicine. When your son had a fever, you asked for the doctor. The doctor came 6 hours late. He mutters an excuse about the pharmacy, but you know Lady Chen delayed him, so you go to the Emperor. He listens and does nothing, because Lady Chen is from the Wang family. Her father is a vice minister in the Board of Revenue in Beijing, and her brother commands a garrison. The Emperor needs their political support more than he needs your happiness. You eventually start building your own network. You bribe the kitchen staff so they taste your food before it reaches you. Poison is not uncommon. You befriend the Emperor's secretary, an old eunuch named Gao. He tells you which way the political winds are blowing, and when Lady Chen writes letters to her family, or when the Emperor is angry. Lady Chen, the woman who first lifted you from the servant quarters, she's fallen from favor. She's sick. She asks you for help, medicine, money, a word to the Emperor. You could help her, but helping her means reminding the Emperor of your past and associating with a woman who is considered unlucky. You do nothing. Lady Chen dies in the winter, alone. They find her frozen in her bed. You attend the small funeral and burn paper money at her altar. It doesn't make you feel better. Level 5. Noble Consort. Your son is 10 now. He's being tutored by a scholar from the Hanlin Academy. He can recite the Analurta and writes calligraphy. The Emperor is proud. He elevates you to Guifei, Noble Consort. This is the highest rank below the main wife. You are given a formal title and a seal, a jade stamp with your courtesy name carved in. You use it to authorize household purchases. Your courtyard is a compound, 7 rooms, 12 servants, and a personal cook. Your monthly allowance is 20 taels of silver. You are the second most powerful woman in this household. Lady Chen still holds the title of main wife, but she's aging. Her sons are weak. Her family's political influence is fading. The Emperor consults you on household decisions now. Not her. She knows what's happening, and she's desperate. One morning, your personal maid finds a bundle of straw tied with a red thread under your son's bed. A curse object. Folk sorcery. Probably planted by one of Lady Chen's servants. In the Ming Dynasty, sorcery accusations are taken seriously. People have been executed for less, but you don't report it to the Emperor. Not yet. Information is leverage, and leverage is survival. You've been patient for 12 years. You can wait a little longer. Your son is being considered for the family inheritance. If the Emperor names him heir, everything changes. You will control this household, estate, money, but nothing is guaranteed. The Emperor is 58. His health is failing. If he dies before naming an heir, the family council decides, and the family council is full of Lady Chen's relatives. You need the Emperor to sign the document before he stops breathing. Time is not on your side. Level 6. Empress. Empress, the highest authority in the inner court. The Emperor is dead. He signed the inheritance document 11 days before he passed. Your son is the heir. He's 16. You are Empress of the household. Lady Chen has been moved to a Buddhist temple on the edge of the city. She went quietly. Her family's influence collapsed after a corruption scandal. Convenient timing. You may have had something to do with the letter that reached the censor's office in Beijing. You sit in the main hall now. Servants kneel when they enter. You manage marriages, funerals, debts, and disputes. You decide who eats and who doesn't, who stays and who goes. You are the law inside these walls. Your son calls you mother in public and obeys you in private. You've raised him to be smart. You've raised him to be smart, cautious, and cold. You're 38 years old. You lived in this estate for 24 years. You entered as a girl, sold for 6 taels of silver. Now you run the empire. But you don't sleep well. You check the locks on your door every night and keep a knife under your pillow. Your son will take a wife soon. She will come from a powerful family. She will be ambitious and look at you the way you once looked at Lady Chen. And someday, she will try to replace you. Somewhere in the back courtyard, there's a new girl, 14, sold by her family, sleeping on a straw mat, carrying hot water, leaning to read the mood of the room by the way someone holds a fan. She doesn't know it yet, but she's already playing the game. The hierarchy never stops. The walls just watch and wait.